CB3, and we're getting ready to deploy. Hoorah!
We very much appreciate what you're doing, and thank you for allowing us to be here. We have several things in mind that we can do specifically for your battalion. Thank you.
Hoorah. Before we invite the Commodore to come down, if you would one time this morning for her, give us a serious hoorah 3! Hoorah! Hoorah! Attention on deck.
Carry on. See. That's pretty motivating for a bunch of folks who had to muster 0 through this morning, huh? Hoorah, how you guys doing? All right, let's try this one more time. Hoorah! Hoorah! All right, that's a good opportunity to talk to you guys. I know that you are more than ready to go, and you're thinking the last thing we want is one more person talking to us. But, you know, sometimes I think we make home port painful, especially at the end, so that you are so anxious to go, and it would appear that we've been very successful in this regard with you guys. But a couple things I did want to say before you guys got on the airplane. First, I wanted to tell you how very impressed I am, my entire staff has been, the division is, the Navy is, with you and NMCB3. You know, when I think back to your home port, which began while I was still deployed, I think about the things that Commodore Probst and the other staff at 30 NCR pushed to me when we were out there and what you were doing, how you developed your home port plan, how you started to execute that home port plan, how you faced the challenges we threw at you as you executed that home port plan. I think about FEX and how very well you did on FEX. I think about how you did your R2DX, how you pulled back to do Operation Burnt Frost, which was phenomenal and really, you know, quite record-setting for what we do in the NCF. And as you finished up this home port, and I could not be more pleased, I wanted to say those words to you. Didn't have the opportunity when Admiral Ceylon was out here last week presenting you with the Battle E, but there's no unit in PAC Fleet that deserves that Battle E more than you, and there's no unit in the NCF that deserves that Pelletier Award more than you. You earned it, you deserved it, and you should be incredibly proud of it and confident in that, and I'm a little cocky about it, in my opinion, because that's what being the best of the best is all about. So congratulations to you on that. The other thing I wanted to tell you is how very pleased I am to see you guys getting ready to deploy. For those of you who have deployed before, you know what I'm talking about when I say there is nothing better than deploying. This is what we do. As military professionals, as the Navy's engineers, as a premier engineer unit in DOD, we live to deploy. This is how it is. Anybody can stay in home port and train. Anybody can do that admin stuff that we do in home port. Not everybody can deploy. And as you know, for those of you who have been on deployments before, you're going to go out there and you're going to have some of the best days you'll have in your professional careers. You're going to do things that will amaze the people you're supporting. You will do things where the teamwork and the cohesion and the synergy of the folks that you've been working with for the last 12 months is going to pull together. And you're going to have days where you think, it is good to be good. It is good to be good. And you guys are good. And I envy you that opportunity to have that experience, because from my perspective, as military professionals, as construction experts, that's as good as it gets. For those of you who have never deployed before, I am so envious because you are about to have an experience that you'll remember for the rest of your lives. There is nothing, no matter how many deployments you make, no matter how long you stay in the Navy, one tour or really, you know, a good 30 plus, you never forget your first deployment. You will see things, you will do things, you will experience things that will shape you, amaze you, puzzle you, but stick with you for the rest of your lives. You are really starting off on a great adventure. When I came in the Navy, we used to use that phrase, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. And in my view, you are about to go experience exactly what that slogan is all about. You know, very few people in our nation, very few people in the world have the opportunity to do what you are about to do. You are about to go make history. You are going to one of the, if not the, most dangerous places on this earth. You are going to do something and participate in something that everybody on this earth, especially the leaders of this world, are paying attention to. The world is focused on that part of the world. And if you listen to Admiral Mullen, former CNO, now Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, give an interview, I think a couple days ago, he talked about his concern about that part of the world, especially about Afghanistan, and his desire to be able to send more troops in there. We're a little constrained right now with resources, but his concern about that part of the world and how important it is that we succeed there. You are absolutely critical to that success. I don't know, for those of you who attended the ball a couple days ago, you heard Admiral Ceylon talk about a comment that the Ground Combat Element commander in Anbar made a couple of months ago when he said, the Marines cannot get their mission done without the Sea Bees. They cannot execute their mission without you. What you are going to do is essential to the success of the efforts we are trying to achieve in that part of the world. You are going to go make history. Few people in the world ever have the opportunity in their entire lives to make history, and you are going to go do that. Do not ever forget that. Do not ever forget that for this brief deployment, you are going to go do something. You are going to have your opportunity to write something in the annals of history. And if you think I am kidding, if you think that I am making more of this than it is, you're wrong. Because what is happening there is something that is going to change the shape of this world. And you are a part of that. And you are lucky to be part of that. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. We take you through home port and make it challenging so that you are prepared for the challenges you will face. My personal opinion is that the construction challenges are the least of it. And really, the tasks, the missions you run are not going to be your most challenging either, I don't believe. The most challenging for you is the leadership that you must and will show with each other, whether you are the most senior man in this organization or the most junior man in this organization. This will require leadership of all of you. This will require all of you to take care of yourselves and take care of each other, maybe most importantly, take care of each other every minute of every day from now till you come back here in 6 months and we greet you on the tarmac and you get off that airplane. If you don't do that, you will not all come back. You will not all come back if you do not take care of each other. So I ask you to please, please keep that in mind as you set off on this tremendous opportunity, this tremendous mission, this tremendous effort that is so important to our nation and our world. If Master Chief and I could, we would trade places with you in a heartbeat. You are going to go do something that's tremendous, and you're going to go have tremendous, tremendous experiences. I would wish you luck, but I don't think you need it, because I know that you're going to go and you're going to do a great job. I am very eager to hear the reports from your skipper and your press releases on how you do. I'm very proud of what you've done, and I look forward to all the successes you're going to have. Congratulations. Hoorah. Carry on.
Hi, my name is Heather Krupieski. I'm the wife of BU-1 John Krupieski, and I serve as one of the command ombudsmen along with Shauna McCallum and Bobby Miller. Collectively, we have over 36 years of Navy experience and have been through 17 different deployments. We are spouses of active duty members of the battalion and are appointed to the role of ombudsman by the commanding officer. The Ombudsman program began almost 40 years ago and was established as a means of providing a direct link between the families of the command and the commanding officer. We meet periodically with the commanding officer, the executive officer, and the command master chief during the home port, and we communicate with our members through newsletters and also email. We have a list of email. We have approximately 300 members that we distribute information. The information that we distribute includes command and base activities. We also provide referrals to services that are available for our families both on base and off base. And we're also here to share just our experiences with some of the family members who may have never been through a deployment before. My husband deployed approximately 2 weeks ago, and this deployment is a little bit different than usual. We don't have the easy access to communication as we have in the past. Everything has to come from their side communicating to us. I heard from him for the first time approximately 5 days after they deployed for a brief 5-minute phone call. And they do have access to email communication. However, since they're one of the first groups that are getting there, they're just working on getting up their access to computers. My husband is on a team that travels from base to base, so communication is a little bit difficult for us this year. The main communication we have for our children is through email. They've received an email from their dad about 2 days ago, and he also was able to call us briefly yesterday, so the kids were able to talk to him for the first time yesterday.
We're here at the deployment of the Construction Battalion 3 with the Master Chief and his wife. So we'd like to spend a few minutes if you'd just introduce yourself, please.
I'm Command Master Chief Jeff Wagle.
And I'm Jennifer Wagle.
And what we'd like to do is just get an idea about the people that are on the airplane behind us that are deploying today and what your role will be as you bring this organization together. Could you share with us?
Oh, absolutely. We have our second phase of our AP flight, our advanced party flight, on this flight here. The first group went out on Wednesday. But you know, the rest of us will go out in the next week or so, and we'll all catch up and meet over in Kuwait, and then we'll head up to destinations in Iraq and Afghanistan for our deployment. But my role in the battalion is a Command Master Chief. I'm the most senior enlisted in the battalion, and basically I'm the father of all the enlisted. You know,
That's right.
I feel like I have 500 children sometimes. You know, and it does wear on me as, you know, make sure that, you know, their missions, when they come back off their missions, that, you know, they're safe, and that we all work together to bring everybody back home alive. I think that's our #1 goal, you know, obviously. And it's a dangerous mission, but I've been over there twice, and both times we brought everyone back safely and alive, and this time I know it won't be any different. I just, you know, pray and make sure that everybody is focused. They know what the mission is. They know they have all the resources to get it done. They have all their equipment, and we can do everything we can to make sure that they're safe. So,
And most importantly, family members back here supporting you all the way. We know that. Could you just share with us your thoughts about this group?
Certainly. I think the most important thing to know is that it's not as hard as it seems. My husband goes to work every day, so every day I wait for him to come home. This is a longer day. And I keep busy, and I encourage all of our family members to keep busy. Because our deployment this time is within 1 calendar year, we don't think about months or days, we think about seasons. So it's spring to fall, and it's not as long as you think it is. The time goes by really, really quickly. And then we have a family readiness group, we have ombudsman, we have a lot of support on base. So if somebody starts having doubts or worries, we tell them not to watch the news, because that's not always real. And to stay focused on their children, stay focused on their families, to write letters, to have a routine. And if you have a routine, your time goes by faster. This will be my husband's 14th deployment.
Oh my God.
And it's my first deployment with no children in the house, because our children are grown.
Right.
So there's a transition period, but I'm looking forward to when he's going, not because I want to get rid of him, but because as soon as he leaves, then he's coming back. And I just focus on the future. I just think about the next moment I see him, he'll be back, and it'll be all good again. So it's just like a day at work. It's just another day. It's just a little longer than some of the others.
And your children are here in Ventura?
No, our children are all in the East Coast in college. They're all grown. We have 5 children.
5 children?
We do have one son in Iraq right now, but he's a Marine reservist, and he's coming home this month, the same month his father's leaving. So that gives us a little peace of mind in our family that I don't have 2 of them at the same time. You know, and he's fine. He does his job, he comes home, and he'll be going back to college as soon as he's back.
Well, Master Chief, from the United States Navy League, we definitely appreciate what you do. I appreciated your support when the Ronald Reagan was in Santa Barbara recently, and this is just exceptional. So we love your group. The Construction Battalion 3 is very important to us, and we salute you, sir.
all right, and I thank you for all your support. Thank you very much.
Good, thanks. I'd like to introduce Chaplain Connard from the Construction Battalion 3 unit. And Chaplain, could you just share with us your thoughts about this particular unit?
NCB3 has been training all year, getting ready for this deployment. These men and women are geared up and ready to go. As a chaplain, I've never worked with a better bunch of people as NCB3, and I really appreciate it. They're ready for deployment.
Good. And how much time are you able to spend with each individual?
I spend time not only with the individual, but also with their families. I pray with them, I minister to them, I do marriage counseling, whatever they need me to do.
Would you mind spending a couple minutes with us? We're doing a video that will be on television, and to be able to explain about your two sons that are with this unit. That's okay, it's fine.
July 4th birthday is living.
July 4th birthday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
And our Father's Day is already gone last week.
Yes, good. So this was your second boy?
Yes, sir.
With the same battalion?
Yes, sir.
Well, what we'd like to do is just kind of have you introduce your husband and yourself to the camera, if you could.
Yes, this is a retired chief, Val Davenport, my husband for over 30 years.
And your two sons are?
Are a Sea Bee and proud to be in the Navy.
Good, good.
And we are, and he's retired Navy, my grandfather's retired Navy too.
Good. And today, your second son is leaving with the same Construction Battalion 3.
Yes, sir.
And you're here to wish them well.
Yes, sir.
And it's a little emotional.
Yes, sir.
It's a little emotional, I know, but we love what your boys are doing. We respect you, and the United States Navy League is here to be able to provide support. So we love this, and we'd like for you just to give your thoughts about Construction Battalion 3.
Well, what my thoughts is that our troops, the battalion, Sea Bees, are helping overseas to make this country a good provider for other countries. Not only that, because America stands for what we believe that we can always count on any reason, hungry or help or anything, America is always be there for other countries. And they are good Sea Bees, good Navy. And I'm proud of my two boys that serving this country, because if I am young like my boys, I will be same as my boys serving this country and be proud for what we believe in this country. The United States of America, I wish to prevail this country. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the time to make some comments with us. Here we are on the naval base in Ventura County. That we're less than 1 hour away from downtown Santa Barbara, and we're at the location where our Sea Bees first are trained on some of the basic skills they'll need for deployment. Now, the Battalion 3 that we're working with today is actually leaving in the next couple of days for Iraq and Afghanistan. As you can see from the units behind us here, they learn roofing, they learn how to do fabrication, they build these particular units, they tear them down, and the next group of Sea Bees comes in and rebuilds them and learns those skills. So it's a real important point and a part of the training that makes these people so valuable to the Marines, to the Navy, and to the civilians in Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay, Damon, Jerry LaMonaco with the Santa Barbara Navy League.
How you doing?
Can you just tell us about yourself and give your name and your rank?
My name is Equipment Operator Constructionman Damon Ashbeck. I'm with NMCB3 out of Port Hueneme, California. My job is to operate all the equipment that I can, from pickup trucks to dozers and anything in between. I have a wife and a son. They live down here in California with me, and I'm fairly new to the battalion. I've been here for 6 months. I look forward to working with everyone.
Oh, that's great. And you mentioned your son. How old is your son?
1.5 years.
Oh, just the little baby. Well, yeah, well, he's going to miss his dad. I know that. Yeah. So, and your wife will stay here while you're deployed for 6 months?
She may go back to Oregon with the family, but she's not sure yet. So.
And your wife's name?
Diana.
Diana. And Diana is from Oregon also?
Yes.
Yes. And you're from Oregon?
Yes.
And where in Oregon?
Hermiston, Oregon.
Hermiston. Good. Good. Well, can you just describe for us what your expectations are for your unit and yourself, and can you maybe talk about what your expectations and how you've prepared for the conditions like the heat that you may be confronted with on your assignment for this deployment?
Well, my expectations for the battalion and myself is to get as many licenses on as many pieces of equipment that I can, and to learn maybe a new trait from a different rate. The expectations we've got, or the training that we've had to experience the deployment, is we've gone on exercises, we've been through situational awareness, and I just need to drink a lot of water for that heat.
Well, good. Well, we'll get you a lot of water for sure. Can you describe how long you've been in the Navy?
I've been in the Navy for, it will be 3 years in August.
3 years. And how many deployments have you been away on a deployment like this?
Not to Iraq, no.
No, but you have been on assignments in the field.
I'm new to the Sea Bees as well. I was stationed on a ship in Japan for 2 years, my prior fleet.
And what type of ship were you stationed on?
I was on a cruiser.
You were on a cruiser, guided missile cruiser.
Guided missile cruiser.
Oh, cool. And your responsibility on the cruiser?
I was a bosun mate. We maintained the deck, made sure everything looked nice on the outside of the ship, and I also drove the ship underway, and we just stood watches out there.
Great. So you were on the deck and you actually positioned the cruiser in the water when they were underway?
Yes.
Good. And then you had to salute a lot?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, let's see a salute. There you go. Good. Thanks.
My name is Tiffany Stewart. I'm a construction electrician, and I'm with NMCB3.
Hi, Tiffany. Jerry LaMonaco with the Navy League.
Nice to meet you.
I just appreciate your service. I know that this is your first deployment. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Can you tell us how you've trained and how you've been trained for this particular responsibility you have now?
Well, I've other than A school, where I've done the pole top, I've learned how to climb poles, did overhead distribution, interior wiring, things like that. We do classes while we're in port that also deal with the same type of things to prepare us for deployment.
And where is your home? Where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And your family members there, is it a large family? Or?
My family right now is spread all over the place pretty much. My brothers are in Philadelphia, my daughter's in North Carolina, my mother's going to be in Texas. So.
Good. And so they all know you're going to be gone for 6 months on this deployment.
Yes, they do.
And how will you stay in touch with them? Can you do, while you're deployed, can you do email or can you do written communication?
We're gonna do email and also Yahoo Messenger.
Oh, cool. Good, good. So with Messenger, we can talk
on
different times and actually have voice conversation.
Yes.
Right. Okay, great. And can you describe for us some of the members of your unit? How large is your unit, and what all do they do, and how do you guys have fun?
Okay. I'm with Det 4. It's a part of a Det in the battalion. There's about a little over 40 of us in it, and we're comprised of just all the different rates within the battalion, BUs, UTs, all that type of stuff. And we're going to Afghanistan, which you probably already knew. And I mean, we kind of hang out together, we relax, we go out to the clubs, go out to the bar.
Good.
Chill. A lot of people like to play video games to relax, play cards, things like that. Me, myself, I like to play cards and just hang out with my friends.
Good. And what's your favorite card game?
Blackjack.
Blackjack. All right. Good. Well, we'll have to get you to Las Vegas also.
Heard.
Great. Well, I know your family's proud of you. And I know that we're proud of you, and we appreciate your dedication to the Sea Bees and to our country. So, and when these poles are so high back here, and and you're so brave to be able to go up there and take care of that electrical responsibility. We really appreciate it. Any other thoughts regarding this deployment? I know it's your first time out.
I'm just hoping to learn something. It's my, like I said, first Sea Bee deployment, and haven't been over to the Middle East either before, so I've heard lots of things about it, you know, good and bad, and I'm hoping to have some good memories of my own to bring back.
Perfect. Great job.
The annual Maritime Policy Statement highlights the needs of each of the sea services to ensure that they have the proper training and equipment to carry out their critical mission. The Navy League's monthly magazine, Sea Power, provides news and in-depth articles that focus on the important role of the U.S. Sea Services to the defense of our nation. Whether at home or abroad, the Navy League provides support to our men and women of the sea services around the world. Local councils adopt ships and units, providing morale and welfare support and assistance to their crews and their families. Navy League's prestigious awards recognize outstanding individuals for their leadership and accomplishments within the sea services and maritime industry, promoting leadership, professionalism, and morale. Homecoming ceremonies and ship visits are special events organized and sponsored by local councils, as are ship christenings and unit commissionings. With the help of individual and corporate members, the sea services become integrated into the local communities they serve and protect. In addition to providing support today to the men and women serving at home and abroad, the Navy League always looks to the future, to today's young people and tomorrow's leaders. Scholarship programs provide financial assistance to the dependents and direct descendants of sea service personnel. And Navy League-supported youth programs, such as the Naval Sea Cadet Corps and Navy and Marine Corps Junior ROTC, give thousands of young people the opportunity to develop leadership skills, test their limits, and perhaps prepare for a career in one of the sea services. The need for a strong, vital sea service, recognized by Theodore Roosevelt in 1902, is no less today. The challenges facing our nation have never been greater. More than 100 years later, the Navy League continues to answer the call. Your support makes a difference to our men and women of the sea services who serve today and will serve tomorrow in support of American sea power. As one Secretary of the Navy said, "The sun never sets on the Navy League."